I want to do kind of a mini business course on what you just said, right? Kind of 3 ways to that I want to go into detail on how you write it down, how you put it into your calendar, how you make it work. Because I teach a lot of time management and training and keynotes that I do. And this is something that's very, very difficult for people. This is something very difficult. So it seems like it's easier for you. So what are the 3 steps to actually getting it in your to-do list, getting it into your calendar, and doing it? Step 1.
Yeah. Well, step 1 is writing whatever comes to your mind. A lot of times I think we get stuck into, we have to do it perfectly in order to, like, from the get-go. It's like, oh, I have to write exactly what I want to do, when I want to do it, all of that. I don't care about that. It's like, I just have to capture it first. Because once it's captured, I learned that from the Get Done. What is it? Get
Things done.
Get Things Done. Yes,
GT.
that's the one.
Yeah.
Yes, exactly. So one of the key things, and that's a great thing about productivity, is I read a ton of books, but I don't apply exactly the method. I see what works for me and what doesn't work for me. So what works for me from that book is capture everything, because I agree on if something's moving in your head, like, oh, I'm going to do it, it's taking space. So the first thing is capture, and in whatever way, and then assign it a time and that time is not based on when I want to achieve it. That time is based on when it needs to be achieved. So there's a difference. A lot of times we push ourselves as like, I want to finish this in less than a week or whatever. And we make that up. Sometimes it's like, oh, this is when it needs to be finished. And then I know that the deadline is real, it's not made up. It's kind of like hard to BS myself and said like, oh, I'm going to artificially make that. It doesn't work for me. Like, I see through my own trickery. So capturing it and then assigning a time. And then I think when I don't, whether or not I move forward on it, breaking it down to smaller steps, like any kind of action. Yesterday, I think I was getting stuck on this outreach sequence. I want to reach to my community. And all the times, like, okay, I'll finish it. I say, you know what? I'm not going to sleep until I do one thing at least. And what I did is I signed up to the platform, the sales platform, where I can send the emails. At least it started. I think that's it. It's like the simplest thing that you can do to get it started. It moves it from like, oh, there's this big thing that I have to do. I have to get started, as opposed to I've already started it. Like, I just have to continue. I think it changes a lot. We're weird human beings, we have to kind of work with our mind and how we prime it way to work for us.
Yeah, so I'm going to add a couple of things on that. GTD, there's a great to-do list called Todoist.com that GTD talks about. It's a great to-do list. I use it for a long time. People love it. And I would say, after you write things down, one of the things I talk to people about is prioritize in order of execution, because it makes it a lot easier. And if you can get to number 1 before you finish number 1, before you go to 2, finish 2 before you go to 3, and you spend time really preparing and prioritizing, it's also a game changer. So you're not kind of like figuring out what to do next. So I think that was great.